Hello and welcome. It is time, season 10 of Mutiny Motorsport. We are back. We're so thankful that you're here to join us on season 10, and this is the pre-season show. This is the show that tells you everything you need to know about our 10th season. Something we're really proud to be doing here. We've managed to race for 9 of them, and we're still here for the 10th. And the star of the show isn't the drivers, believe it or not. It is the car. We have the Formula Riser, which represents the 2009 to 2013 seasons in Formula One. This was the car that Vettel took to absolute dominance over a period of time. And it's got this great engine here, yeah.
Yeah, very high revving V8, 2.4 liters, 754 horsepower. As you can see, the star of the engine really has to be the note. That soundtrack is the kind of thing that brings people back.
It is. And there are some fun tools here as well. We've got DRS. So new for this season, DRS is a flap on the rear wing, and when it's closed, the car has all its downforce, and then the rear wing opens and the car gets a lot more boost on the straight. A bit more slippery.
You've also got KERS on this car. This is a push-to-pass type of hybrid where you've got about an extra 82 horsepower when you're on the button, and you only get 6 seconds of that per lap.
Yeah, both of those features tend to give us about half a second a lap around these wonderful calendars, these wonderful circuits. We have Barcelona, Montreal, Silverstone, Nürburgring, Spa, Suzuka, and Interlagos. What a calendar we have coming up.
Really an all-star lineup for tracks to match the car.
And we are your commentary team. My name is Alex.
I'm Ryan. Nice to be here.
And it is great. We have the pre-season test, so the guys... Oh, we can see a crash in the background already. So the guys, we didn't have a great big turnout. We had about 8 people turn out for the pre-season test. They had about an hour of practice, a little short qualifying, and then a little race just to get everyone used to the settings for the season.
Yeah, very useful to get your hands around a car like this, where back end is very twitchy with the 700, 800 or so horsepower, and high downforce too. So a big difference from last season's F309 car.
That is it. And we can see we have a new layout for you guys this year. We're bringing it look a bit smarter, a little bit more clean overlook. And we also thankfully have a new weather overlay on the top left-hand side to join our map overlay, which joined us in season 9. So it gives you a little bit more information there.
To help with the broadcast and for Team Radio, we use Craig, a Discord bot that just records audio files from the Discord voice chat, and it helps us up our commentary level and our production level a little bit. So shout out to Craig and
massive shout out. It takes away any strain from any computer, so it's running in the background. So you don't need to have it on someone's computer. If they crash, it keeps saving.
We also get a lot of this info from AMS2 wiki. Shout out to, I believe, Racing Legend 1234 is a big contributor there.
Yeah, super helpful if we're looking for something. We just need a stat or something and we can't load up the game in time. We'll just head over to the wiki, grab some information. Super useful for grabbing, even stats about this car, stuff that you might find online. It's all here for you.
There's a setup guide too on AMS2 wiki, so that helps a bit with a tricky car.
That is it. And then the star of the show, what we've been using for the last few seasons now to make sure that we get the full race replays for you is Autodirector, made by Rangy Rover. It's been super helpful tool. Got one of our guys even chatting to Rangy Rover at the moment, trying to make sure that we're offering him all the support we can so that he keeps developing this awesome director.
Yeah, hoping to help him continue to make this an awesome product.
And then for the skins, we have the 2012 F1 season by Afry and David Prito. This has been awesome. The skins have looked incredible. We have, all the classics from the 2012 season. We got Red Bull, we got Caterham, we got Ferrari, McLaren,
Mercedes.
Yeah. Mercedes there with the Michael Schumacher skin. That was something we were really looking forward to doing, the 2012 season, and the skin made it possible.
Just to kind of add to that and make it our own a little bit, our very own Captain Brocken has put together some 2 teams worth of skins for the captains and for the first mates, just adding a little bit of personalized touch this season.
And you can see them on screen right now. They're the black and purple cars and the black and red cars.
So keep an eye out for those during the replays. The purple is the captains and the red is the first mates.
And here we go for the weekend format practice. People get 30 minutes every weekend with everyone on track into a 15-minute qualifying session, which is going to be tight around some of these tracks, and then race 150 kilometers, so that's half the F1 distance. So we're looking at, if it was a 66-lap race, we're looking at a 33-lap race for us.
This season we're running tire wear and fuel usage both at X2 just to match the 50% race distance, give us some strategy and occasionally a bit of fuel saving too when necessary.
Yeah, and it does play into hands. Oh, as we see someone crash in the background, and I think a safety car has been released. There we go. And yeah, it's super helpful. It does make it tricky. A lockup is twice as nasty as it would be in Season 9, where we had no multiplications on the tire wear or fuels.
Yeah, tires lasted a lot longer that season. Not the case anymore. Same as last season, however, is the simulation damage setting, which is set to medium, enough to kind of punish mistakes, but usually will let players carry on and at least get to the pits for repairs.
Yeah, and that's super valuable. We want it to be challenging. We want to enforce and help with clean racing. And we want there to be some jeopardy for going side by side with someone as well. And this we found in the last season probably about right for us.
Weather for each race is going to be 3 slots. We'll start with a historic weather. This one will kind of take a look at what the race was in real life and choose the corresponding weather selection, and followed by 2 random slots to introduce uncertainty and make the drivers think on their feet a little bit.
Yeah, also aids in a little bit with, if you practice and you know the whole weather for the whole race, you can practice for it so you know what lap you're going to pit on and do what we're going to say right on screen right now, which is change your tires. So we got softs, medium, hards, inters, wet, and extreme tires as the option for this season. So we're making drivers learn all the tires when the weather changed to something unexpected.
Yeah, 6 different compounds will kind of let the drivers show their expertise when the weather starts to change. If it's getting wet or drying up, you need to think on your feet and know which one to choose.
Yeah, and in the dry race, you'll need to use 2 different tire compounds. So that'll be the soft, the medium, or the hard. They will be denoted by the red stripes, the white stripes, and the yellow stripes on the side. And that's just following the 2012 season F1 rules, where they had to use both compounds during the dry race. Now, if it's wet, you don't have to do that. You can just have wet tires, and that is absolutely fine. And of course, we've also got the safety car involved, as we can see in the backgrounds, which we're having a practice of right now. But the main one here is the points. We're F1 2012 points. So first place gets 25 points, second 18, third gets 15, fourth gets 12, fifth gets 10, sixth position gets 8 points, and so on and so forth. There are no points here for qualifying and none for the fastest lap. So it's going to change the season, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. They didn't introduce that extra point until later that decade. So keeping it realistic, keeping it historic with the points as they were in 2012.
And here are some of the drivers we have coming up. We have these reserve drivers, 6. Rodolenta, who you may know already. Killer Disturbed, new driver in the field. NDF Leclerc, B Specialist, and Dave, who was a championship contender last season. They've all returned, looking to help fill up the gaps when not everyone can be there, because that is something that happens in life. You can't attend every weekend.
Yeah, Killer Disturbed will be the only kind of unknown from the reserve drivers. The rest we've seen before. So happy to have him back and happy to have Killer join us.
First team is Caterham. We got LT Caustic and Cumsum. Cumsum's new, but he has been on our time trial leaderboard the past month or so. Got no podiums between them, no wins, just 4 starts between the pair. Cumsum is absolutely blisteringly fast and has shown some pace already, as we said in our time trials. that we run in the Mutiny. And LT Caustic as speed and aggression. Will the Scotsman score his first podium this season? This is one I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, Kumsam had some very fast laps in the preseason practice. I don't think he made it to this preseason race, but was able to show some speed, so he'll be one to watch.
And Force India, again, no wins, no podiums, 3 starts. We know Old Boy. He wrapped up with a sprint win in Season 9, had some bad luck before that. Can he get back up there? And then we've got Speed Trap, Lapuga 10, brand new to the Mutiny. What will this Canadian bring to the grid as they roll out on track? We haven't seen them yet. Right here.
Doing his testing in private, you know?
That's how a lot of people have done it. They weren't able to make the preseason test. It was a weekend slot, so it makes it a little bit harder. And then we got Mercedes. How are they looking, Ryan?
They're looking pretty strong. I mean, we have MD or Maxi 2110. He did get a sprint win last year, although no feature race wins. So he's shown real improvement over the time he's been here. And Coop Dog, I would say the same. He started last season. He had to find his pace a lot in the beginning, and has worked a lot to always bring it to the finish and start working on that pace.
And it's incredible, those guys. 25 starts between them, so they're not exactly... They're in the rookie category, I would say, but only just. Unlike this team, McLaren, they've had 2 podiums, 19 starts. That's a strong lineup. Garrett O'Brien had excellent form last season. He took a 2nd and a 4th in the final 2 feature races. And Asmoon was here with us in Season 8, had an unlucky streak, but had a podium, I think.
I think he showed some good pace back then. He was really in the fight with a lot of the top half or top 5 of the field more often than not.
Yeah, I think just needed to work on his consistency and a little bit of luck as well. So we're super excited to see what Asmoon can do for us this season as we move on to Ferrari.
Who doesn't want to drive for Ferrari? Well, Stupidubi and Renzo definitely do. They've got 17 starts between them and 1 podium. Stupidubi's been with the Mutiny for a few seasons now. Renzo for a few as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. They're quick drivers, these two. Renzo, crazy 1-lap pace. He's extremely fast. And he has shocked us a little bit with how fast he is. Right now, in the background, you'll see he's only in 7th place, but that doesn't mean much. As we move on to Red Bull. Now, this is a team that we know very well. Red Bull is Nate Delta and Mr. Mouse. 51 starts between them, 6 podiums and a win. That's Mumbo Man's. Nate has grabbed stunning podium in Season 8. He needs to show us more.
Nate's a little bit overdue for a victory for how long he's been with us, and I think these cars could be a little bit unpredictable. So I'd be interested to see if he can make that happen.
And Mumbo Man, who's finally moved away from a controller onto a steering wheel, took a season out to learn the wheel, learn the differences, and he took a win with that controller. So we're looking forward to
very impressive.
Yes. Yeah.
Moving on to Williams, we have John D and Debug. Between them, just 15 starts, but both of them have shown consistency and a little bit of speed also. Debug in particular is looking fast from what we saw last season, and John D looking pretty consistent too.
Yeah, John D took the final race of the season victory, don't forget.
Very true.
At Curitiba in Season 9, so really looking to make the most of that momentum right there. As we move on to the first mates, so we got our first champion listing here. We got TTR, who won Season 9, and Orange. Now these guys are pretty experienced. We got a championship, 12 wins, 36 podiums, 89 race starts. And Orange is in the most unenviable position of the entire Mutiny right now. Has the most starts without a win. He's got podiums to his name. He just needs to find that top step. What can he do this season to change that?
Orange is another driver that we've seen just grow more and more consistent. Starting in the Mutiny by fighting towards the back of the points, and has solidly moved his way up.
And then we move on to Borchardt and Shattered Compass racing for the captain's team. They're the black and purple ones. Yet again, another championship. 9 wins, 53 podiums, 95 starts. Unbelievable. Only just more experienced than the first mates team. Borchardt is a champion. He's returning to the top step hopefully this season. He says he likes these high downforce cars. And then Shattered Compass has got a bunch of victories to his name. Just needs that championship now. What can he do?
Yeah, Shattered is the most experienced driver in the field in terms of race starts. So it's a matter of time, perhaps.
And then we move on to Lotus. This is probably the scariest team on the grid. We've got experience behind them, but 2 championships, 16 wins, 21 podiums, 35 starts, and a Triple Crown holder. This is the team to beat. We got the Peter, and if you've watched the Triple Crown Season 7 or Season 8, you'll know who Peter is. And Pulo, if you do not remember that Brazilian speed, well, we got some news for you. He is phenomenally fast. This is probably the scariest team.
He is quick. He's another driver that likes these the high downforce cars. We saw him join us for Season 5, I believe, which was the 2024 F1 season. He was phenomenally fast then, took a win, and yes, I'm sure going to be on similar pace this season.
Yeah, and that Season 5 champion, the Season 4 champion, who was also in Season 5, Chris Barnes, noted Pulo down as probably their toughest competitor over that period of time. So that's all you need to know. If a champion says you're a difficult person, a champion says you're difficult, we hold it all. We're so thankful that you've joined us for this pre-season test. Hopefully that's everything that you needed to know. We cannot wait to share with you the first race of the season, Barcelona, which is coming up very shortly.